I am the product of a single-parent household, and that's just the reality. I had nothing to do with it. And when I went to college, that was about, let's say, 2 years into my spiritual maturity. When I was 16, when I was 13, I started taking seriously what I was hearing in church. And I said, okay, these preachers are preaching about this guy, let me try. So I'd read the Bible and I'd really try to understand everything. I wouldn't always get it. But when I was 16, things really started to make sense. Like I'd read the Bible and I'd be like, oh, I get that. Oh, I understand. And I'd start to see where the things connected. So when I'm 18, getting ready to go to college, I'm starting to listen to pastors better. And I'm like, oh man, I'm really understanding what's happening. And I remember hearing this one specific topic. It wasn't the name it and claim it thing, but it was this concept of your faith. The faith that you have in what Jesus can do is what is going to essentially keep him or have him be able to work in your life. It's similar to something that happened where Jesus came to a city and he couldn't do, but because they had no faith in him, the amount of miracles he did there were just minuscule. And it was like, there's a correlation to this. So I, with all my young Christian knowledge, was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go to college and I'm not gonna take any loans. I have complete faith in Jesus. I believe that he has this for me. And this was for real. Like this was in my heart. I was like, it wasn't just to shirk away any type of things. I was like, nah, God, I firmly believe you can do this. You held the sun up when Moses' hands were in the air and you did all these crazy things. I believe you can do this for my life. So I said that freshman year. For freshman, sophomore, junior year, no loans. Woo. Some scholarships. And then senior year came. And essentially my mom was like, we're out of money. Got to figure something out. And I remember going like, I mean, God's got us. Like I said it freshman year, we're not going to take any loans. I said it in faith and I believe it. Just like that. Days come, weeks roll by, months roll by, nothing really there. And I believe it came to the day when I had to turn in the money. And mom was like, I mean, I don't know what we're going to do. You should probably go down to the office and at least look at what taking a loan is. You know, I'm like, out of obedience is better than sacrifice. I was like, all right, I'm honoring my mother. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll do this, but I still believe. So I went down to the school office and took the application, brought it back home. And my mom was still there. And she is like, oh, Dan, hold on, listen to this. And she played back a message from my grandma. And she was saying how they had found another savings account or savings bond in my name that my granddad had put in that we hadn't used. For the year, I needed $22,000. And in the account that my grandma had found was $24,000. So what we found, essentially, bring it all together now. What happened is I needed $22,000 to pay for that senior year. And God provided $22,000 and $2,000 more, which allowed me to pay for all of my books that I needed that year as well. Why is that an only God moment? Because the money came out of nowhere. No, seriously, only God could have done that. And I know it was because he said, this young boy got some serious faith. Okay, I'm gonna come through for him. And he did. And since then, I've had increasingly larger but God moments. But it all started from me understanding that God, if he can do this, he can do anything. There's no insurmountable situation that the Lord that I serve can't come through and do more than I could imagine. Because he already did it. So why I gotta worry about anything?